Synopsis. Today I'm here to do a review of, oops, it was upside down, Coraline by Neil Gaiman. And this particular edition was really special because it had two very lovely things about it. First, it had a really beautiful introduction written by the author, which I really appreciated because it sort of gives you a sneak preview of the maybe underlying themes of the book and gives you a sense of where he was when he was writing it. So that's really neat. You get a little bit of background there. The second really interesting thing about this book is that it was illustrated by Chris Riddell, so it had all these beautiful illustrations. There's one. Oh, it's my favorite. I just opened it to a random page and it's my favorite illustration. It's perfect. So, the story is that of a young girl who moves with her two extremely busy parents to the countryside in a new house. In this house, it's all divided into sort of apartment style, so there's a bunch of different people living in it. So in this house, she discovers a portal to a sort of parallel universe where she has other parents, in quotation marks, other parents. That's what they call them. And these other parents are more fun, they have more time for her, they're less busy, and they're just generally sort of idealistic parents. So this obviously doesn't last. The pristine parallel reality turns quite sour quite fast, and things start to get real creepy. So it's a really creepy, sinister read, but it's really worth it in the end. And there were two things that I really enjoyed about the book. First of all was the atmosphere that Neil Gaiman was able to create was so, like, creepy is the only word I can think of to describe it. It just made your skin crawl and you just shuddered every time you read a passage. So here's a passage that I think illustrates some of the writing style that I really enjoyed. She will take your life and all that you are and all that you carest for. She will leave you with nothing but mist and fog. She'll take your joy, and one day you'll awake your heart and your soul will have gone. A husk you'll be, a wisp you'll be, a thing no more than a dream on waking, or a memory of something forgotten. So as you can see, the writing style was haunting. It was quite beautiful and quite advanced for the age group, so I was really impressed with that. The second really awesome thing that I liked about this book was the way that Neil Gaiman portrayed the concept of bravery. So he describes it as doing something even though you're scared, which is how I personally have always liked to think about the concept of bravery, is just doing something even though you're scared, having the courage to stand up and do it anyway. I think that's what being brave is. So I could really connect with the underlying messages of the book, so that was really neat. So on to the illustrations. They were really interesting, both because they were good illustrations, but also dynamic-wise, because, so they were at the beginning of every chapter, and they were just a little snapshot of what was to come in the chapter. So a scene from the chapter or a particularly memorable moment would be illustrated before you actually read it. So you'd get to the end of a chapter and you'd think, oh, I'll just put the book down for a minute or so or whatever, go make some tea. But then you'd have a look at the illustration and you wouldn't want to put the book down because you'd see what was to come and you'd think, oh, that's so interesting, oh, I need to keep reading. So that was really interesting dynamic-wise and how it fit into the suspense of the story. I thought that was a really cool way of interpreting it. And so here's an illustration there. So you can see it's just perfectly creepy and atmospheric, and it was just great. I was in love. Here's another one. In love with the illustrations. So yeah, for this edition, I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Here's another one. 5 out of 5 stars because the illustrations just match the story so completely, and the story was so perfect already that I just can't give it anything less than 5 out of 5 stars. So go and read it because it was really good. And let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. that's all for me today. Bye, guys.